Hey, this is Glendon Cameron. I'm going to talk to you about something that's really critical to everyone. Currently, this state of disruption, what's going on in the world, is really creating a lot of problems for a lot of people. And it made me think, the best offense or the best defense is a good offense. And I'm going to start this new series, How to Make a Living Without a Job. And this is step one. First of all, you have to create an offer or a service bigger than you, whatever that may be. It could be complicated, it could be uncomplicated, but it has to be something bigger than you. Because if it's something that you can easily contain, doesn't take a lot of time to do, chances are it's not going to make enough money for you to make a living. And when I say a living, I'm talking about minimum $35,000 on up to six figures. Today, there are so many tools out there that you can use to make money. It is crazy incredible. Just so many things you can go that start a business from nothing. Like today, you could start right now and by Monday have some type of business, and it could be making money depending upon what it is, depending upon your preparation, depending on what you have to do. But I firmly believe that everyone needs to learn how to make a living without a job for the following reasons. Technology is moving at maybe 10 times the speed of light. You might be safe this year. You might be safe next year. That may not be the case 5 years from now. There's so many things, and I want you to think about this. Firefighters, police officers, nurses, and teachers. At the same time, across the nation in certain segments, I know, don't go like, well, in my town they need nurse. No. Your town is your town. There are nurses, teachers, police officers, firefighters who were laid off in a lot of places. That's never happened before. Ever. No one is safe. That's the thing. No one is safe. The only people who are marginally safe, because it's a disruptive, volatile world, are those who have their own business and are controlling their own destiny. So just something for you to marinate on, just something for you to chew on, because you have to really put yourself in this mindset, because this thing is not going to reverse itself. It's not going to change. And someone put in the Facebook group, if you are, I actually said, hey, if you're fit to eat, you're fit to drive a car, you're fit to start a business, because there's a lot of people, I'm not cut out for a business. Are you cut out for living? Are you cut out for eating? Are you cut out for paying your bills? Are you cut out for having a place to stay? If you're cut out for all that stuff, that means that you must do something to earn some income, unless that stuff's being given to you to support it. And what is a business? A business is a way to earn income. It's just you have more control and more responsibility. There are some jobs, it's like you're running the business and you have all the responsibility, but not the control and not all the benefits. This is going to be a serious change in our history. And I'm not talking about American history. I'm talking about global history. This thing is going to impact everyone across the globe. So don't know what you're doing, don't know what you're thinking about, but you have to start thinking how to make a living without a job. Many people actually turn hobbies and real passions, let me say that again for the people in the back, real passions, not faux passions or something that you think is possibly a passion, something that's been demonstrated to be a passion. This is pretty much something you do when other people are not looking, something you do when you're not getting paid, something you do because you truly are passionate about it and you have a long-term track record in that activity. That's a passion. Not because, oh, I ate these cookies, I like cookies, I'm going to be a baker next week. That's not a passion, that's a whim. But for those folks, and I'm going to break down some of those passions, real passions, true passions, there is a path, and like I said, it gets a little tricky because what people want to do is keep the fun factor. I don't know, can I make an F? The fun factor. I was in a forum a few months ago and I saw something that was just patently ridiculous to me. This person, it was a writing group, and it's like, when I started writing for money, the fun just seems to be sucked out of writing. I don't know about that person, but when I write something and I look in my inbox and see that someone paid me money, that's fun. I don't know about that person, but that's really fun. It's been fun for me for the last 4 years. It's been a lot of fun, and I want even more. This is the mindset that kills the matriculation of making money from your hobby or just making a little money to turn it into a full-time income. People think that it must remain fun. It doesn't have to remain fun. The fun factor is going to shift because when you start, unless it's a true passion, if it's a true passion, as I said, and I keep saying true passion, not a passion, a true passion, it's fun whether you're getting paid or not. So if it's a true passion, the paid thing should not really dampen it. It should make it it should be an enhancement. It should take it over the top. It should be like boom shakalaka. You'd be like, man, I was doing this in my basement just for me and my boys, and now people are paying me thousands of dollars. I'm sorry, that's fun to me. It's fun to people who are making that money. So this is the deal. How to move from turning your hobby, your passion into a full-time income is forget the fun factor for a minute. Completely reorientate your thinking. Take yourself from it's got to be fun to when this turns into this thing that I like, it's really going to be even more fun then. It's really a mindset because I've seen so many writers, they put their work out. It's not well received. Next thing you know, they don't write anymore because it's not fun. Everything cannot be fucking fun. Give you an example. I'm broke down right now because I'm on this new training program that's literally kicking my ass. The fun is not the program. The fun is the results because for any of you who are lifting, it's a squatting 3 times a week. And if you've ever had to and not with little weights, on a deload day, yeah, that stuff. But, just to give you an example, and I don't know, because I'm walking like Fred Sanford, but yesterday was a deadlift of 455, a squat of 405, for 4 reps. Full body workout. It was not fun. I was drained. I had to go get something to eat. But the fun will happen 6 months from now. It'll be real fun because I'll look like freaking Superman. But it's not going to happen now, which is another important part of turning your passion, hobby into full-time income. Delayed gratification. Sometimes you have to learn how to enjoy the journey without those wonderful tangible results to kind of keep you pushing on. Essentially, a video I did a long time ago, you have to have your own internal cheerleader. That person is like, you can do it, and you just keep doing it. Because I can tell you from experience, if you keep working, you will get results. The more work that you do, the more results that you will yield. But if you get to that point where you become so frustrated that you stop working, then there are no results. And that's what happens. So the first step to turning your hobby or a passion, once again, true passion, into cash is to forget the fun factor. Now let me talk to that other group of people that don't think what they're doing is worth getting paid for. I'm going to give you a name of someone who actually was chided for selling information 9 years ago. And it was Ramit Sethi, the guy that wrote the book, I'll Teach You to Be Rich. He's got 9 years into the information selling business. and he was chided by his friends. He was not really confident in the beginning, and 9 years later, he's just blown up. But once again, it's effort that leads to happiness and fun. Because you cannot tell me that if you're right now struggling and you're going through some stuff, then 2 years from now, that struggle that you do today, because frequently we get paid for the work we do today, tomorrow, or next week, or next month, or even next year, that if it blows up to the point where you're making more money in a month than you previously made in a year, you cannot tell me that will not be fun. You can't tell me that will not be fun. I will slap you. I would slap your mama for having you if you tried to tell me, Glendon, that's not really fun. My fun was struggling and being poor. My fun was just having out a few things, giving out a few things to my friends. Money is not that important. So what if I can't pay my electric bill? So what if my gas tank is on E? That's fun. You are boo-boo the fool if you think that's fun. There's no nobility in struggle. Let me back that up. There is a nobility in struggle if you are struggling to get somewhere else. But if you're just struggling to struggle because you don't want to embarrass your peers, or you don't want to outshine anyone because you're one of those people with that juvenile tendency that you want everybody in the world to like you to the point that you will sacrifice your own success, then there's no nobility in that. There's none whatsoever. So once again, you put together a plan. You put together time and dates. You don't go into this willy-nilly that I'm going to do this for 2 weeks and see what happens. You said, I'm going to give this a good solid 6 months of my life. Here's another step to turning your passion, your true passion and hobbies into full-time cash. If you have a full-time job, you've got to make some decisions. For 6 months to a year, you may not watch television. You may not hang out with your friends. You may not take a vacation. You may be nipples to the wall or balls to the wall, depending upon your sex. You are going to be all out. You're going to have to, and this is a cliche, but I'm going to say it anyway. It is said that an airplane uses most of its fuel taking off. In terms of momentum for you and your business, you got to amp up the activity. You're going to need a lot of momentum to take something small or something not at all and get it airborne, which means there's choices. I don't look at it as sacrifices. If turning off the television for the next year means that you will make 6 figures or set yourself up for the rest of life to give yourself the options to live how you want, whereas if you want to sit around and play with your nipples and watch television all day, you can because the money's coming in because you've set something up. I look at that as a better future versus, instant gratification. So you have to make some choices. Like I said, I don't look at it as a sacrifice. It's a choice. It's a positive choice to enhance and increase your life. So if you have a job and you have this passion or true passion, I'm going to keep saying that, true passion or hobby, you may have to just back off the television, back off the fun activities for a prolonged period of time until your business is stroking it. So those are some steps that you can turn a hobby or a true passion into full-time income. There's this book, it's the $100 Startup. I recommend that you get the audio version from Audible and go ahead and just listen to it. There are so many people. You right now may have a skill. You might be an artist and say you make these funky lamps and you just do it occasionally because it's fun. Now once again, when you go from turning a hobby and a true passion into a business, friction ensues. There's things you have to do. You have to get a business license. And all of a sudden, this is when people start like, I don't want to do this anymore because it's requiring me to be an adult. It's requiring me to be accountable. It's requiring me to actually do some things that I'm not particularly wanting to do. I just want to have fun. And once again, with the writing group, that's a common lament. I don't want to market. I don't want to do this. I just want to write, and I want someone else to do all the heavy lifting and the work. With the way that the market is going, those writers are not going to make it. We are moving to a self-service market in so many things. from writing to doing business. That's just the way it is. Even authors who are getting publishing deals have to do much of their own heavy lifting because that's how it is. So if you are trying to skirt, escape, avoid, dodge any type of accountability, your chances of being really successful in any area of your life are pretty slim to none, because that's where it all starts. So there are ways that you can turn that hobby or true passion into full-time cash. But it's a step, it's a strategy, and it's a process. But it can be done. Because I turned reading and speaking and talking junk into a career. So if that's not a testament to you turning a passion, a true passion, and a hobby into full-time cash, I don't know what is.